Hey, hi, and welcome to today's Blitz Bash. We are here today talking about how our group and our team really keep it fresh for our leaders and how we make sure that they're always challenged in a space where they can grow. And we have a few product things that we're going to throw in there too. But stick with us. I've got Nicole Kauweloa with us, and over to you.
Hi, thank you, Alicia. Welcome everybody to another Blitz Bash episode. And, we kind of talked about, you've heard our little speech about where we're coming from, why we choose this type of platform to as our vehicle for making some money. And just to kind of recap, my name is Nicole, wife and a mother of 3 daughters. And I was working a full-time job up until about 4 years ago. And having young kids, not all in school at the time, was quite difficult having, when we had to find someone to help us watch the children. We had family helping us watch them, which was great, different family members, right? So, and their schedules was always different. It was hard on us because there's some days where we had to literally figure out how were we going to go to work and have somebody take care of our children. And like I mentioned, difficult, but my husband and I had one day made a decision, the sacrifice for me to leave the job and be there full time for the kids, which was really great because it allowed me to now always be there to drop them off, to pick them up, to be part of field trips that I wouldn't normally get to experience things on my own. And being able to be there for different times when the kids would come and talk about their accomplishments that they've made for the year, right? They invite family members, and I really loved being part of that and enjoying the time. This is a time that we'll never get back, right? We see our kids grow, we hear their accomplishments, and it makes us so happy to be a part of that. So I love that part of being in control of my time and using this platform. And that's kind of why I decided to be in the network marketing industry, to be in the direct sales or MLM, whatever you want to call it, because it allows me to have time freedom. And, another thing about it is it allows me to really earn the kind of money that I know I deserve. A job is not going to pay me, what I know I deserve. They're going to pay what they think I deserve. And again, it's about being in control of everything, every aspect of my life. So that's kind of why I chose to be in this industry. So I turn it back over to you, Alicia. What's your reasons?
Well, my reasons are I love teaching people. So, in a nutshell, I get to embrace this environment. We get on things like this. I get to create wonderful original material, and in essence, I'm still helping people, and I help people to grow. So I love the part of helping you grow your online business. I love helping people do self-development. So that's kind of where we're headed today. A little bit about personal development and a little bit of what we've got to offer as far as how our group operates. And so, online business is booming. We have great marketing training, and we have great personal development training, as well as great products and product training and health things. So I really my passion there as a teacher, and I have a lot of fun with that. And of course, it's always great when everything is unlimited, right? I mean, we have you get paid for whatever it is that you're working on. If you work hard, you get paid well. You treat it like a business, you get paid like a business, right? Instead of like treating it like a hobby. So I know today we were sort of throwing around the idea of talking about how our team itself, we were sitting and talking and figuring out that our team really has something great to offer, which is a really great challenging environment, not a struggling environment, but an environment where you as a leader, you can have the opportunity to grow so much because we try to keep things fresh. Yeah, I mean, we were just talking about fresh ideas. And one of our big fresh ideas, of course, is, reaching out to this giant online screen here, getting out into the actual online world and sort of getting modernized, right? Isn't that we were saying sign of the times?
Yeah, keeping it fresh, it's new, it's modern, and just keeping up with the times. This is, the network, the internet is something that people use on a daily basis, right? We are on the computers, and nowadays we have our phones. right? You see everybody everywhere you go is literally on their phones using the internet. So we can tap and cast a wider net by actually putting ourselves out there on the internet and allowing people to see us and relate to us. And hey, you know, maybe we can work together some way, somehow, some shape or form. I really love that concept.
I know that's it's an interesting idea, because I know when we first were doing a lot of in garage meetings and so forth and so on, you know, people threw around the idea, brainstorming about I think we were talking about hitting the shopping malls, you know, and we had several people that were really interested in going there and, you know, standing outside, and it's a great ambition and people will love to do it. It sounds like a good idea at the time. You know, I'm going to take a stack of cards and I'm going to stand in a parking lot at a shopping center or mall, especially since Christmas was up and coming, and think that, you know, I'm going to stand outside and talk to people. And you could probably cover, I mean, how many people do you think we could cover? I know we discussed that. I don't know, in a day, a couple hundred people maybe?
Yeah, I think if you're lucky, a couple hundred, but it would be kind of rough. And, you know, I never discourage anything that, you know, it's better than doing nothing. And it really does take a very specific type of personality to actually go out and do that. For one, to just make the decision and have the guts to do it, because we know that, you know, there's going to be a lot of people that's going to tell you, no, I don't want to hear about it. No, thank you. You know, there may be some people who are actually a little bit more mean about it. They're not so nice, but, and it can wear you down. But
yeah, I bet it would. I bet it would, yeah.
Right. And, you know, what I love about kind of what we're teaching people how to use the internet is it's so easy. I mean, you can literally sit at home in your pajamas if you choose, you know, just maybe throw on a nice top. But, you know, it's just a really much more easier, and there's no pressure on you at the same time, right?
Well,
no pressure.
That's true.
Yeah.
And because you're not face to face with a person, so I approach it from the statistical side, you know, math teacher, right? So okay, so I know that you would have to talk to 1,000 people to maybe get 10 people to sort of look at you, because you're doing 1,000 people that are outside of the target range. So say you're standing there at the parking lot and you have a product that you're going to talk about, but that doesn't necessarily mean that everyone that went there to that particular lot is there to hear your message. So, you know, in my mind, I'm thinking, you play the stats on that. You know, if you're there and you're talking to 200 people, you're going to get 2 maybe out of that, as compared to on the internet, you could see this unlimited number of people. We could even multiply that by a lot. You could in one day very reasonably get your message in front of 10,000 people, you know, and then you would be looking at, you know, 1,000 people, 100 people to 1,000 people looking at you, you know, even on the low end of the stats. And at least they're more targeted to what it is that you're looking for. So, you know, to make that 100 people contact, a 100 person contact in a parking lot, to me is, or anywhere, a store, up and down your neighborhood, you know, hanging flyers. And it does work. You're right. You know, it does. You will, you know, pull the handle and get 777, right? Once in a while.
Once in a while, you're lucky. And when we go to in some kind of other environment where we're actually going out, pounding the pavement, handing out cards, you know, it's people already may have their guard up. And you're going to talk to maybe 2 people who will maybe look at what you're doing, right? Qualified, maybe not, maybe. But, you know, when we go out there on the internet and like we're talking to people targeted to exactly who you want. And these people are actually coming to you. They want what you have. Qualified leads.
Right.
I mean, that to me sounds amazing. And that is actually, to me, a lot more duplicatable.
Oh,
Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, yeah. And that's where we're headed with it now. It's talking about, if you're a leader in another environment, and say you're doing another industry, but you're finding that, you're stagnant there, or you don't have something that challenges your abilities, to keep you learning. We're not talking about struggling challenges. We're talking about, keeping you in that space where you're still motivated to get up and go. And wow, this is something new. And this is what we're experiencing now is people have pounded the pavement. They've done the 100 list, the 100 people on your list. They've talked to their warm market. And now we're watching where with our group, they're starting to learn about some marketing techniques, because, marketing is not something that's taught, out there in the open. So we're approaching this marketing technique where we're challenging our leaders to really find out who they are, develop their personality, put it out there. And then, it's great things, because the people that are coming, right, the people that are showing up are exactly the people they want. So it really works out. They're perfect personalities. They are wanting what it is. The conversations are very straight and to the point of, hey, I looked at what you have. I've gone through what you've given me. I'm very interested in what's going on. Tell me more about it. I mean, that's what the payoff is, right? I mean, isn't that's a great end all right there, because as compared to the slam the door in your face.
Yeah. And you don't feel like you're having to tiptoe around the whole idea of teaching somebody this new thing. It's like they're coming to you, they want to know, what is it, what are you doing? And I've been experiencing that as well, and it's exciting. It's just something that that we normally wouldn't do, that we're normally not taught. And oh my gosh, like where was this all of our lives, right?
I know, and that oh my gosh feeling.
Right. It actually, it's the most amazing feeling
that oh my gosh feeling is just crazy, right? It's crazy. So, and then on top of that, I know that we have this product, right? That I mean, when we marry that together with everything that's going on with marketing, and we have this great product that everybody comes through and sees, I mean, it just avalanches into something that's wonderful.
Yes, it sure does. I mean, this big, huge ball of momentum is building. It's going, it's chasing after you. You can barely get away from it. And it's a really nice feeling to have, to wake up and have qualified leads that actually will, seriously take a look at what you have, seriously listen to you, and not have to tap in, I mean, we've been doing that for how long? Going into our warm market, and just expecting really the worst. We've been through it, and we're like, oh my gosh, I have to talk to my family again about what it is that I'm doing. But, it's really, again, having people banging at your door, wanting what you have. And, like literally you will grow your business. I mean, to the top. If that's where you want to go, that is exactly where you're going to go. So I really hope this was great, valuable information for you folks. I truly believe it is. And I appreciate that, we now have this platform available for our team members. And I know that they really love it, and they're seeing a lot of tremendous value and growth in what we're teaching. So thank you for allowing us to share that.
Yeah, we've got a lot of different aspects and a lot of different avenues to success, stuff to challenge people, keep them growing. And then we've got this wonderful product at the back end here where people just love it. I mean, it gets in there, they're working on it. We've had 2 or 3 events now. So we'll wrap back through that again, and you can see some of our events as well. But this has been this episode. Hope you join us for the next one, because we've got something great coming always.